the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
NPA leader medic surrender to military in Surigao del Sur. Philippine Army identifies areas of potential political rivalries for 2025 elections. Chartered flight ready for Filipinos in war-torn Lebanon. COMELEC to declare 117 Senate bets as nuisance candidates. Good day everyone, as well to our troops at Camp Emilio Ginaldo, Quezon City. Today's Thursday, October 17, and we'll bring you the latest news from the armed forces and other information around the Philippines. I am Rofh Suzon for AFP Community News.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
For the brief overview of our stories, a new People's Army team leader and a medical officer surrendered to the military in Barangay Puyat, Carmen, Surigao del Sur. The 36th Infantry Battalion, led by Lieutenant Colonel Vincent Viray, identified the surrenderers as Kanasat, a team leader of the District Guerrilla Front 30, and Kashan, the unit's medical officer. The rebels cited family reasons for their surrender, expressing their desire to reunite with their loved ones. They also turned over 5 high-powered firearms and ammunition. The military, along with the local government units and partner agencies, is assisting the former rebels in enrolling the Enhanced Comprehensive Local Integration Program to support their reintegration into society.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The Philippine Army has identified areas likely to experience intense political rivalries during the 2025 midterm elections. According to Army spokesperson Colonel Louis de Maala, while the Commission on Elections will handle election-related matters, the Army has begun preparations to ensure security. However, the official list of these areas has not yet been made public, as the election period has not officially started. The Philippine Army has not deployed troops to these areas, but has designated units ready for deployment if tensions arise. Moreover, he also noted that Mindanao will receive special attention due to the presence of armed groups that politicians might exploit.
Armed Forces Radio.
And we have a report coming in about 80 IB troops recover NPA armed cash in General Nakar, Quezon. Going for the details, Jai.
Rofh soldiers from the 80th Infantry Battalion recovered in arms cache belonging to the New People's Army in Sitio Madaki, Barangay Umiray, General Nakar, Quezon, following a civilian tip. 80th IB Commander Lieutenant Colonel Mark Anthony Ruby confirmed that the cache included 2 M16 rifles, an M4 carbine, an M203 grenade launcher, 2 improvised shotguns, an improvised M14 rifle, bandoliers, magazines, and numerous rounds of ammunition. Relatedly, the 2nd Infantry Division vowed to sustain efforts in eliminating remaining communist terrorist group elements and maintaining peace in the southern Tagalog region. The recovered materials are now under 80th IB's custody for documentation and safekeeping. This is Jai reporting for AFP Community News, one AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Jai.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The 14th Civil Military Operations Katipanan Battalion partnered with government agencies for a grand pulong-pulong and caravan of services at Subang Daku Gymnasium, Mandawi City, Cebu. The event provided essential services to urban poor communities in Subogadaku, Tipolo, Gizo, and Mantuyong. During the program, former rebels shared testimonies, denounced CPP-NPA atrocities, and took an oath of allegiance to the government. A symbolic flag burning highlighted their commitment to peace. This event showcased the successful collaboration between the Philippine Army and government agencies in promoting peace, development, and community welfare.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
14th Civil Military Operations Battalion led a community dialogue in Barangay Pili, Danao City, Cebu to address local farmers' concern. Representatives from different agencies participated in the event organized by the 2nd Civil Military Operations Company and the 3rd Civil Relations Group. The dialogue focused on land ownership in timberland areas, aiming to counter CTG exploitation and agrarian revolution efforts. The military and local government unit pledged continued support to help residents with land issues and basic needs.
Armed Forces Radio.
And now let's hear a report on the ground about 6.5 received attack training to enhance artillery precision. Go for the details, Gina.
Yes, Rofh, 602nd Infantry Brigade conducted attack orientation training for the 6th Field Artillery Battalion recently. The activity was led by Staff Sergeant Jonathan Iliagas and Staff Sergeant Paul Nino T. Labzaga and participated by line units via video teleconference. The Android Team Awareness Kit or ATAK provides real-time battlefield data, improving artillery targeting and coordination. Integrating ATAK ensures 6FAB's ability to deliver precise firepower and respond swiftly to dynamic battlefield conditions, keeping the unit agile and mission ready. This is Gina reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Gina.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
The 2nd Infantry Division uncovered an armed cache in Sitio Darayao, Barangay Panaytayan, Mansalay, Oriental, Mindoro yesterday. According to reports, the 4th Infantry Battalion was conducting security operations when a local resident reported the buried weapons. The cache included an M16 rifle, an M14 rifle, parts of a Garand rifle, a shotgun, magazines, ammunitions, and blasting cups. This follows a similar discovery by the 80th Infantry Battalion in Sitio Madaki, Barangay Umiray, General Nakar, Quezon. The recovered war materials are now in the custody of the respective units for proper disposition, preventing potential attacks by communist terrorist groups.
DWDD National News.
For our national news, the Philippine Embassy in Beirut has organized a chartered flight to repatriate distressed Filipinos in Lebanon. In an advisory, the embassy told Pinoys to prepare their passports and ikamas for work permits. It also added that they are actively coordinating with Lebanese authorities to expedite the urgent release of exit clearance for undocumented Filipino nationals. The embassy also urged all Filipinos to avail of all the voluntary repatriation program, considering the worsening security situation in Lebanon.
Armed Forces Radio.
Let us hear more updates from Beth Tanyete about Philippine Army received 7 X-ray machines from PCSO.
The Philippine Army received 7 X-ray machines from the Philippine Charity Sweepstakes Office during the turnover ceremony held at the Army General Hospital, Fort Bonifacio, Taguig City yesterday. PCSO General Manager Melquiades A. Robles led the handover with Army Chief Lieutenant General Roy M. Galido and attendants. General Galido emphasized that the donation will enhance the diagnostic capabilities of Army hospitals nationwide, ensuring better health care for soldiers, especially those in remote areas. Moreover, the machines will be distributed to various Army hospitals under Philippine Army Major Unit to support the medical needs of military personnel. This is Betanieta reporting for the EFA Community News, 1 EFA for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Beth Tanyete.
DWDD National News.
The Commission on Elections Law Department has recommended to unbank the filing of motu proprio petitions to declare 117 senatorial aspirants as nuisance. COMELEC Chairperson George Erwin Garcia said of the 183 senatorial aspirants, the Law Department recommended 66 legitimate or valid candidates who can be included in the official list of candidates for senator in the upcoming 2025 elections. Garcia pointed out that the list of 66 senatorial aspirants deemed as legitimated candidates by the Law Department is only partial. He also explained that they don't want to preempt the decisions of the two divisions and the Commission Bank if ever they will allow some of those in the 117 that cannot be considered in for the meantime as legitimate or valid candidates.
DWDD National News.
Moreover, Miro Systems has established a satellite office in Intramuros, Manila to enhance coordination with the Commission on Elections. Miro is the official election provider for the upcoming 2025 national and local elections. In a statement, the agency explained that once awarded the bid in March 2024, the COMEC requested for a satellite office closer to its office in Intramuros for a more efficient means of coordination and communication. Miro said its satellite office is used for administrative purposes, but all automated counting machine manufacturing occurs in the main warehouse in Seoul, South Korea.
Armed Forces Radio.
On the other line, let us hear more from Bea about AFP honors Navy Chief during exit call to AFP Chief.
Yes, Rofh, the Armed Forces of the Philippines rendered arrival honors to Vice Admiral Toribio Adasi Jr., Flag Officer in Command of the Philippine Navy, during his exit call to AFP Chief of Staff General Romeo S. Browner Jr. yesterday. Vice Admiral Adasi, a member of the Philippine Military Academy Makatao class of 1989, previously led the Naval Forces Western Mindanao, Naval Installation Command, and Fleet Marine Ready Force. This precedes his retirement in November, concluding 39 years of distinguished service to the nation. This Beatrice reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Bea.
DWDD National News.
For other national news, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. urged the Congress to pass the measure of the rationalization of the Philippine mining regime. PBBM said that rationalization of the mining fiscal regime is crucial as it is fundamental to creating a fair and equitable mining environment. The bill proposes a revised fiscal regime imposing a four-tier margin-based royalty ranging from 1.5% to 5% on income from mining operations outside of mineral reservations. Under the current fiscal regime, the obligations of mining groups and companies vary depending on the mining agreement.
DWDD National News.
Environment Secretary Maria Antonia Loizaga said that the presence of Chinese and other foreigners in illegal mining in the Philippines was a very great possibility. This comes after authorities arrested 11 Chinese for working in an illegal mining site in Paracale, Camarines Norte. Loizaga said that this was not the first time that some foreigners were found conducting illegal mining operations in the country. She also mentioned that last year, in the upland areas in Cagayan de Oro and Iligan, there were foreign workers also conducting illegal activities.
Armed Forces Radio.
For other updates, let us hear the details about 12 CMO Battalion and NOLE distribute livelihood assistance to Manila vendors. Go ahead,
Yes,
Angel
Rofh.
Kumamat.
The 12th Civil Military Operations Kapatiran Battalion of the Philippine Army held a livelihood assistance ceremony at the Quirino Grandstand, Manila yesterday. In partnership with the Department of Labor and Employment National Capital Region, the event provided 5-in-1 nego cards to 40 members of the United Vendors Alliance. The cards will allow them to sell milk tea, burgers, hot dogs, street food, and French fries. Additionally, 160 individuals receive 1,520 sacks of rice, with each sack containing 25 kilograms. Relatedly, the activity aims to improve livelihoods for marginalized sectors in Metro Manila. This is Angel Cruz Camomot reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for Stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Angel Kamomot.
DWDD National News.
And for other development story, Foreign Affairs Secretary Enrique Manalo is in Kuala Lumpur for the resumption of the Philippine-Malaysia Joint Commission meeting being convened for the first time since 2011. The report of Foreign Affairs said the reconvening of the JCM would provide a valuable opportunity to review the progress of bilateral cooperation. It also manifests the deepening of the friendship between the two countries, as well as the expansion of areas of bilateral cooperation. The JCM is also an operationalization of one of the commitments discussed between President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. and Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim during the twin high-level visits in 2023.
DWDD National News.
The Philippines' push for the dignity and rights of older people at a United Nations symposium in Nairobi, Kenya. Philippine Ambassador to Kenya, Maria Charlotte Tang, said a global demographic shift was evident wherein the aging population would soon outnumber the youth. She mentioned that in response, laws and programs were created in the Philippines that would improve the quality of life of elderly Filipinos and acknowledge their invaluable contributions to society. Tang cited in particular the expanded Senior Citizens Act that grants privileges and assistance to senior citizens in area of healthcare, social pension, employment, and education.
Armed Forces Radio.
More updates from Ella Mercado about PRO4A confiscates 1.3 million pesos worth of suspected illegal drugs in Calabarzon.
The Police Regional Office 4A confiscated a total amount of 1,366,600 pesos worth of suspected illegal drugs during their 24-hour anti-illegal drug campaign, which was carried out in the whole area of Calabarzon. Among those confiscated were 200.81 grams of suspected shabu and 9.10 grams of suspected marijuana. In detail released by PIO Calabarzon, out of 14 police operation launched by authorities, 23 drug suspects were arrested. The dissolution of illegal drug operation across the region is part of their peace campaign in accordance to Chief PNP's mantra, sa bagong Pilipinas, gusto ng pulis, ligtas ka. This is Ella Mercado reporting for AFP Community News, 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Thank you, Ella Mercado.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Public Works and Highways showcases infrastructure in Mindanao. Public Works and Highways Senior Undersecretary Emil Sadain led the presentation of initiatives that include growth corridors in Mindanao Road Sector Project in Western Mindanao, Pangil Bay Bridge Project, Flood Risk Management Project for Cagayan de Oro River, and Central Mindanao High Standard Highway Construction Project. He also highlighted the Davao City Bypass Construction Project, Samal Island Davao City Connector Bridge, Davao River Bridge, Davao City Flood Control and Drainage Project in Davao Region, and Road Network Development Project in conflict-affected areas in Mindanao. DPWH said that these infrastructure projects would improve connectivity and economic sustainability in the area.
DWDD National News.
The Department of Social Welfare Development is urging the recipients of the Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino Program or 4Ps to register with the Philippine Identification System. 4Ps National Program Manager and Director Gemma Gabuya said the PhilSys registration and authentication will serve as an equivalent to compliance of 4Ps households with a monthly family development session condition for the October to November 2024 period. Gabuya explained that the implementation of PhilSys registration and authentication as an FDS equivalency is based on the directive of Secretary Rex Gatchalian. This aims to increase the number of 4Ps households with PhilSys or national ID and ensure that they benefit from the streamlined identification system.
DWDD National News.
The Caloocan City government said it would build a tahanang mapagpala or shelter for children. Mayor Along Malapitan said that upon its completion, tahanang mapagpala is set to house and care for the abandoned, neglected, abused, and founding girls of all ages. The facility will also cater to the needs of young boys aged 7 years and below who are experiencing the same circumstances. This would be managed by the city's Social Welfare and Development Department.
DWDD Armed Forces News.
And that's all for today's broadcast. Thank you for joining us, especially to our audience on our Facebook page, AFP Radio DWDD. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for more updates, same time and same station. Again, this is Rofh Suzon for AFP Community News. 1 AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Behold the latest military news update. This is AFP Community News, hosted by Rofh Suzon every 12 noon, Mondays to Fridays. Only here on DWDD Armed Forces Radio. One AFP for a stronger Philippines.
Ito ang DWDD 1134 kHz AM. Balita, impormasyon at musika. Ito ang DWDD AFP Radio. Boses ng Kawal Pilipino.
Kayo ay nakatutok sa DWDD AFP Radio. Kami po ay kasapi ng KBP, Kapisanan